Hey guys, today we're going to be taking a look at the Able Carry 13 Daybag. We recently took a look at the company's Daily Plus backpack, which is a really great minimal tech and EDC backpack. This one offers a similar aesthetic and some great features and a more compact form factor for people who don't need to carry as much on their day-to-day or who are just looking for a smaller overall form factor. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about what it's been like to test this over the past couple of weeks. I'll show you how I've loaded it out, walk through all the features, and I'll also talk about how it compares to some of the other similar bags that are currently on the market. Before jumping into the video, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Danny, and on this channel, we love reviewing popular travel and everyday carry gear. If you like these types of videos and you'd be interested in seeing more, please consider subscribing as it helps the channel out a lot. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and jump in. Starting off with the overall aesthetic, like Able Carry's other bags, this has a pretty futuristic, techy, and modern vibe. It feels a little bit more minimal than something like the Daily Plus, as it doesn't have some of the webbing that bag has, but still just a really versatile appearance that feels like it's going to be great for walking around the city, taking into the office, or traveling. As far as the materials, the bag feels very solidly built. The exterior fabric is a VX21 X-Pack. So this is a fabric that always feels really durable and weather resistant. It feels like this is going to keep all of your essentials protected, and it also has some really nice YKK zippers all throughout. Continuing along the outside of the bag, one of the things that's always surprised me about the 13 is that it has an external water bottle pocket, which is different from something like the Daily and the Daily Plus. Both of those have a good amount of space, but not an actual kind of traditional external water bottle pocket. I believe the Daybreaker 2 has one, but this is always a nice feature to have, and even though this is a compact backpack, it's great to see this incorporated into the bag. I was able to comfortably fit my 20-ounce water bottle in here, which is the one that I typically have. Could probably squeeze in something a little bit larger, but this doesn't have a ton of elasticity and it's pretty shallow, so a thicker water bottle, in addition to maybe bumping up against some of the other volume in the compartments, might start to slide out, but still nice to see this included with the bag. Along the outside of the bag, you also have a couple of attachment points. You have a top handle, which is pretty comfortable. Offers a nice amount of space so that you can easily reach down and grab it. It's also durable and actually pretty thick. And then you have attachment points near the top, one on each side, as well as on the bottom. These are always great spots to place things like my hero clip or clip on a hand sanitizer. You also have some hidden attachment points down near the bottom. A little bit of kind of like nylon webbing here, so you can clip on a bike light. And you'll notice that at the bottom there's no A-frame, which is one of the things that the Daily line is well known for, as that helps the bag prevent itself from sagging. I don't feel like that's a big concern with a bag of this size, so makes sense in my opinion that it's not included, and it just maintains a cleaner look. And then on the inside of the water bottle pocket, I forgot to call out that you do have additional attachment points here. I'm not entirely sure what I would use this for, maybe to clip on extra things, again with carabiners, or maybe to attach some of my EDC accessories like a flashlight or a pen that I'm grabbing a little bit more regularly. So that's kind of hidden up here under the flap. And then moving into the capacity, as the name suggests, the bag comes in at about 13 liters, which is a little bit smaller than the EDC bags that I would typically use. It will stay able to hold the essentials that I would normally need to carry with me. So if you have more minimal EDC, if you're just carrying your device and a couple of other things, it's a really good size so that it doesn't feel overwhelmingly big, or if you have a little bit of a smaller frame. And I like that even when the bag is a little more packed out, it really maintains a very slim and compact form factor, making it great for navigating crowded areas, jumping onto public transit, and carrying onto any domestic or international airline. Taking a look at the harness system, so far the bag has been really comfortable to wear. I like how the straps have been implemented here. They have a pretty thick and robust padding, very comfortable right out of the box. On the inside, you have kind of a breathable fabric here to help prevent moisture from building up. And then the straps also have a nice width to help prevent the bag from digging into your shoulders when it's a little bit more packed out. On the straps, you have kind of a hypalon loop here. It's going to be a good spot for maybe attaching a bike light or hanging your sunglasses. And then you also have an adjustable and a removable sternum strap to help distribute the weight. This updated edition of the bag has this really interesting new buckle system. I hadn't seen this before. It's got a magnetic closure, so it's very easy to secure. And then you twist it to release. So I think that works well. Very simple to get this on and off quickly when you want to take the bag off. As far as the back paneling, this has also been pretty comfortable. There's a good amount of padding that's well distributed all throughout the back. The padding here isn't as robust as what you'll find on the Daily and Daily Plus backpacks. They have padding that's very similar to the one that's on the shoulder straps here, which I really like. So this is also not going to be as breathable. You see you have the X-Pack fabric here. so your back might start to get a little bit sweatier. There's some slight air channels, but there's not a ton of elevation, so you won't have as much airflow while you're wearing this throughout the day. But again, because it's a smaller bag, it's not going to be quite as heavy, so it might not be as big of a deal for you. And then the last thing that I'll call out while we're on the back paneling is that you have a nice kind of hidden compartment here that's pretty big. It goes almost all the way across. It's going to be a good spot for flatter and more sensitive items. So at the moment I just have a field notes notebook in here, but this might be a good spot to store some extra cash, a phone, or maybe your passport while you're traveling. Jumping into the organizational options, the bag keeps things pretty simple, but it's an effective layout. On the front, you have a quick access pocket similar to the one that we saw on the Daily Plus. The main difference here is that there is no internal organization, so everything that you place in here is going to slide down towards the bottom, but it has a pretty impressive amount of volume given the size of the bag. I was actually surprised how much space there was. At the moment, I was able to store my sunglasses very comfortably in there, a portable battery, I have a charger for my phone, and then I also tossed in my GoPro. And even with all those items in there, there was still leftover space. It does start to get, kind of bulky with the main area, so you kind of have to pick and choose. But still, if you want a lot of stuff to be quick access, you can definitely kind of stuff this area out. And then you also have a lanyard with a carabiner that's going to be a good spot for your keys or your multi-tool. And you do have the ability to remove this if you don't want to have it in this pocket. And then moving into the main compartment, this is a top loading bag, so it doesn't open up fully flat, but the zippers go down enough to provide you with visibility into the main area. I like that it has a lighter lining to provide a little more contrast, make it easier to see inside of the bag. And this is definitely more compact. I don't have a ton of stuff in here. And it does have a pretty simple layout, so if you have a bulky item or two, it'll probably be able to handle it. At the moment, what I have here at the top is my Beats Studio wireless headphones with their case. And then I also placed my Evergood Civic Access pouch 1 liter in there. Again, just keeping it simple, slim, because I don't want things pressing up tightly against the devices on the back. Now the compartment empty, you can get a better look at the inside. And so you also have some built-in sort of elastic slip pockets here. They're a little bit taller and deep, so they might be good for something like an umbrella, smaller tripod, or maybe an extra water bottle. And so good to have those to kind of just stay out of the way if you don't want to use them. On the flap, you have a zippered additional compartment with a good amount of space for smaller items that you don't want kind of falling down into the main area. So in here I have my Apple Magic Mouse. I was able to fit a deck of playing cards. I have a backup pair of wired headphones, and then I also have the Anchor wall adapter that I use for my laptop, my tablet, and my phone. And then on the back of the main compartment, you have some additional organization. You have a small slot that's going to be a good spot for a pen or a stylus, and then a sleeve that's going to be able to hold a iPad mini very comfortably. You can see that I fit that in there easily. This could probably hold an 11-inch tablet. It might start to feel a little bit big. But for my iPad mini with its case, it was just fine. This isn't a super padded sleeve, it's just more of a simple slip pocket, but it works well. And then you have a padded laptop sleeve on the back. This is gonna be able to hold up to a 14-inch laptop. Currently what I have is a 13-inch MacBook Air. You can see there's some leftover space at the top. Like I mentioned in my review for the Daily backpack, because this is in the main area with everything else, it can be a little bit tough to get your laptop in and out when everything is packed out. The sleeve does come up a little bit. You can kind of pull it up and slide things out of the way, but it's never as quick to access as a dedicated laptop sleeve. The sleeve itself, though, is well padded. It's also pulled up off the bottom of the ground. And then pulling my device out, now the compartment empty, you can get a better look at the inside. This is another interesting aspect about the 13 day bag, is that the laptop sleeve has a soft kind of fleece lining near the bottom. This isn't something that I've seen on Able Carry's other bags, and I'm always a fan of having this type of material in these pockets because it helps prevent against scratching. So interesting that it's only offered on this edition of the bag, but I think it does a good job. It comes up a decent amount, so if you happen to have a thicker device, you should be able to get it in there. And with the amount of padding, the fleece lining, and the fact that it's pulled up a little bit, your device should be very well protected while you're running around throughout the day. And then the last thing that I'll mention in this main area is that up near the top, you have kind of a hidden zippered area that offers enough space to store maybe some extra cash, an AirTag, a wallet. It's hidden right up here near the top, so you can barely even tell that there's a zipper there. Always nice for some additional peace of mind for anything more sensitive. So really nice sort of inclusion here. And in general, I like the simple layout that's offered in this main area. Even though it's a little more compact than what I'm used to using, it does handle the essentials well, keeps my device protected. And you know, if you're looking for a smaller everyday backpack that's still gonna be able to keep your stuff organized, accessible, it's gonna offer comfort and plenty of weather resistance, and this is gonna be a really solid option to take a look at. And so to wrap up, it's been a pretty good experience testing out the 13 Daybag over the past couple of weeks. You can currently purchase this on the company site for about $150, so definitely a bit of an investment. It is a very well-built bag with an interesting feature set, but there's gonna be some other great bags in this price range that may be worth considering. And so as I was testing this out, the first bag that this made me think of is of course another bag from Able Carry's lineup, the Daily Plus. I've been using that bag recently and I've really liked having the additional capacity that offers. I'm a big fan of Able Carry's aesthetics and materials. They're very well built bags, like the 13, but I like that extra space that's provided in the Daily Plus. I also think that it has a more robust harness system. It just feels more padded. It's got maybe a little bit more breathability, so it just fits me better. I also like some of the additional organization that it provides, and so if you like Able Carry's aesthetic, the quality of their bags, and you just need a little bit more capacity, then that's gonna be a great option to take a look at. Another bag this made me think of is the Air City Pack, which I looked at a while back, but it has been one of my favorite, more compact day bags. It has Air's typical modern, sleek, techie aesthetic, really great laptop protection, a very comfortable harness system, really nice organizational layout. It's got a little bit more pocketing than this bag here. I also think the harness system is a little more comfortable. That one comes in at about 14 liters. It's also slightly taller than this, but it's a really slim and not a big bag by any means. So if you're looking for something kind of like this, it's just gonna give you a little bit more flexibility with the organization, and it's gonna have maybe more a robust harness system, and that's gonna be another solid option to take a look at. And then the last option that I'll mention here is the GoRuck Bullet Ruck, particularly the laptop edition that I featured on the channel pretty recently. GoRuck's Bullet Rucks are well known for just being a really durable, compact EDC option. They have a clamshell style opening. They have a little bit more of a military or tactical vibe. The Bullet Rucks that I use have the MOLLE webbing along the front, so that adds a nice amount of functionality, and I personally like the aesthetic. They do have some of the heritage options that don't have that, but not necessarily in the laptop edition. So I like that the Bullet Ruck laptop has a separate laptop compartment, which makes it easier to access your device, even easier than it is on this bag per se. It has a pretty comfortable harness system. It's got some good, just simple built-in organization, quick access pocket on the front, and it's just a versatile, more compact option. Like this one, it comes in at under 20 liters. It's gonna hold maybe a little bit more due to its simpler layout, and if you're looking for something with that tactical vibe in a very slim, reliable form factor that's gonna be super durable, then the Bullet Ruck is gonna be a fantastic option to check out. With that being said, the 13 Daybag holds up pretty well against all those options, and if you're looking for a more compact EDC backpack that's still gonna be really sleek, offer some awesome weather resistance and a great build quality, and this is gonna be a solid option to check out. And I'm definitely curious to hear what you all think of the 13 Daybag and how it compares to some of the other compact EDC and tech bags that are currently on the market. And if there's any similar options that you think that I should check out, as always, please let me know in the comments. And I want to thank the company for sending the bag for me to test out, and to you guys for watching and supporting the channel. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like, and if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any upcoming videos, and we'll see you in the next one.